Well, it's I wouldn't call this a suicide mission. It's taking a stand. I mean, I wouldn't call it a suicide mission.
I wouldn't either. But I mean, that's what the original the military originally who founded this country knew they were up against odds. You know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, George Washington and them had to use some tactics to beat their numbers.
Yeah, the Lexington moment already happened. That was Lavoy.
Lavoy, yeah.
And many others, you know, many others.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Just,
it's a shame. It's a shame that after Lavoy's death, a lot of people, tucked tail and ran.
It really
I spoke with Lavoy on many occasions. He didn't like cowardice, and we didn't build walls, bulletproof walls and stuff in here to run away from them. We were supposed to guard them.
Absolutely, but
some walls here, some barricades.
Yeah, it's like a fishbowl scenario too, though. I mean, with all the surveillance and everything going on, anybody who heads that direction is GPS tagged. I mean, they know anybody in the country who's heading west at this point. They've been doing that for 20 years. So, I mean, it's kind of like, the people who really want to stand up and fight are just going to have to stand up and fight on their own because they don't want people to get together. They don't want leadership. That's their strong point. You can't talk. You can't communicate. You can't organize. I mean, that's the whole point. So, I mean, if people are really going to fight for a good cause, they're going to have to fight by themselves and be willing to die for it.
Right. It's in the future. In the future, the people are going to be hiding and fighting within their own, from their own homes because the government won't let them mobilize. Anytime in the future people try to mobilize, they'll be shut down quick.
They're going to be hiding in their attics like Anne Frank. I mean, we're under Nazi tyranny. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, I mean,
Americans need to realize that right now is a good opportunity for the true-hearted Americans to unite, and we can get something done, and we can get this country changed in just a matter of days, not years.
But I'm on the East Coast here, and it's a little different. I've lived in Seattle, I've lived in Colorado, and it's a little different out there. Here on the East Coast, you can't really organize. They watch you from the day you're in preschool. I mean, you're targeted. They know what you're doing every day. There you had freedoms. I don't know if you do anymore, but I mean, that's what they're doing. They're closing in. Basically, they put you in a psychological prison where you can't leave your house. Everybody in your neighborhood, if you say something on the phone to your friend that they don't like, they point at you and let you know they're watching you and shit like that. I mean, that's coming that way. It's coming that way. So if you're going to stand up and fight, everybody better do it now. Because it's already. Yeah.
This is the days of Anne Frank right here. We have checkpoints for no.
Yeah. It's coming. It's not a joke. It's not a joke.
Drawing people's blood at the checkpoints, taking people's blood now forcibly?
They can take your blood from us. I mean, they can get your. It ain't even about blood. It's DNA. They can scrape it off your freaking car door, whatever. I mean, God, they know who's right. They know who they want and who they don't. It's just it's a group. It's a loop. If you ain't in it, you ain't in it. I mean, that's just how it is. I don't know.
Well, the government has become Gestapo at this point. They're mafia now.
Well, they always do, right? I mean, that's history. I mean, blah, blah, blah. That's how it goes. So I mean,
well, our government didn't start as a mafia. Our government used to be common people, good people in there, but now it's been hijacked. So it's Gestapo mafia now. I'm not anti-government. I just want to make that clear. Everybody here is not anti-government.
Mafia is family, mafia is loop, mafia is government. Yeah, I get it. I mean, it's all the same thing. Yeah.
Well, the government was supposed to be we the people, but right now it's become an oligarchy.
Well, because because the money is being spread around the world, and there's not enough money to take care of Americans like there used to be. So everybody has to sacrifice a lot instead of a little. And yeah, I mean, basically they sacrificed a generation after 9/11 that came out and said basically, any males between the age of 18 and 35 were terrorists, you know, white single males, you know, white males who weren't happy because they weren't getting laid were terrorists. I mean, that's a pretty overgeneralized statement, but hey, that's what they did. You know, they sacrificed a generation. So you can recover it now for your generation. I guess you're I don't know what your age is, but you're a millennium. I was a generation before you. They sacrificed my generation. A lot of suicide.
Well, a lot of people have been making sacrifices, like World War II and One, and you know, a lot of these wars, they were started by bankers, and people actually researched history. These wars could have been prevented. A lot of people made sacrifices that weren't needed. But right now, a time is needed when people need to now make a sacrifice for a real righteous cause. And that's what we're asking is people, the Americans, to stand up, unite, make a sacrifice, and fight for the rights of our freedoms for the future generations and our generation.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are going to be cut when we globalize. Basically, you have a lot of. I mean, when you spread the money out, and you know, the wealth is 95% in one country, and all of a sudden you have to spread it globally. Yeah, a lot of people are going to die in this country. So that's what they're doing, and that's just, you know, that's what people are fighting for, and that's what people are going to fight for, and you got to fight for it. I mean, we want our freaking country, you know. I mean, globalization, yes, I know it's NASA and everything. They go up, fly up in space and think that they're going to civilize the moon or Mars, and they look down and say, oh, you know, that planet down there is a bunch of people just arguing and fighting, and we need to just get them all together and, you know, deal with it so that we can, you know, go off into space. But hey, I mean, look at the dinosaurs. If they said that, they weren't that smart, right? Because they didn't have a chance. Not really anything has a chance. Any living thing on this earth, what needs to bring us together is the only thing that we all have in common is we're all going to die. And if everybody could just accept that and move along with it peacefully and quit, you know, trying to, you know, protect their own progeny and, or, you notice people with kids, they don't want to come out and fight. Like, oh, I got to
Caller, I need you to sum it up so we can move on. I need you to sum it up so we can move on because calls are coming in hot. Thank you.
All right, well, I'll sum it up. I'll just say simplify, you know.
There you go. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Simplify.
All right, area code 978, and then we see you 804. You're coming up next. 978, go ahead. You're on the air. Area code 978. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I've been listening, David. Good to hear you. I can hear you. Talk a lot about we the people, and I'm curious, you know, because there's a lot of talk about withdrawing consent, and I've heard you guys the issue with Sean and whatnot, and my understanding of government, of the Constitution, being that it's to control the government, and it has nothing to do with we the people. That we are separate and apart from that as people. But most people forget that they act as persons when dealing with the legal system. So I guess it was just, my question would be, is just to reiterate that none of you four have caused any harm, injury, or loss to another man. What you do to a person, defined as an actor in a play, doesn't even matter if you haven't caused harm to a man.
Yeah, we haven't caused harm to no one.
I'm sorry?
There's a beep in the middle of that talk, so I must have missed something. But yeah, we haven't hurt nobody.
Yeah. So, well, that's something that I've worked with in my own. You know, is that the whole legal system is the distraction. The legal system is a makeup. We operate on two different books of definition. We have words that are written, that have dictionaries, and then we have other things, the legal system that operates with terms and phrases, which has nothing to do with definitions. But we as man live on principle, and it's written on our hearts, and we don't need any words, anything written in black or white, anything on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. We are not persons. Man represents a person, but a person is not a man. And as man, we are third dimension, and a person is second dimension. And I just feel like it's important to get that through, especially for Sean, I guess, in the reality that he hasn't harmed anyone. No matter what we say, there has been no harm done. So therefore, no man could come forth in a court of law, at least a court of record, and claim as such without verification, because there hasn't been any. And that was all. I just wanted to posit that upon you.
Right. Okay. So you're getting, okay, so I see what you did. You're giving him an excuse. If he happens to go to court, then you're giving him something to work on.
Well, as a man, I get paid for orders, right? You get paid for orders. There is nobody that can order you to do anything, because authority means dictator. That's the definition of authority. And since there is no dictator over us as man, maybe as persons, yes, there is, but as a man, as a people, there is no dictator. So we take orders. If somebody has an order, you comply with the order. If it is against your wishes, then you have the right to claim and make a claim to get paid for those orders. And so it's a whole process of understanding court decorum. And I think that's a lot of what people have lost today, is the knowledge set that used to be known. John Brown knew what that was and how that operated through claims, demands, and redress. And you could check out John Brown's elocution, and that's just a historical point. But yet the whole system changed in 1860. We no longer operate on a constitution that, again, it was for the people, but it wasn't to control people. It was mainly just to control the government. It had nothing to do with people. People stood separate and apart in courts.
Right. I get you. But yeah, all these legal definitions and all these technical terms and all that stuff, I think that causes people to lose common sense. So you call it, you can follow these laws and call person of being a man. I don't know. You can make all these definitions, but you lose common sense in that process.
Absolutely. I think just because something's written down and because somebody thinks they know how to read, they think they know what they're reading when they're reading a legal document, when it doesn't operate that way. It's a whole different book. And you have to have a lawyer to operate in legalese. In the realm of a court of record, there are no lawyers. It's man to man. You stand as a man in a court of record. And you have to know the process for doing that. And it's just standard court decorum. And it has nothing to do with lawyers. That's all. Thank you.
And thank you. Have a good one.
Okay, next caller in line is 804, and then we do see you 541. If you can please mute. 804, you're live on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, David, this is calling from Virginia. We support your cause. Each hour, each day that you stay, support for the cause is building. Although I think we've really lost we've lost this particular battle, I think ultimately we're going to win the war. It would be no reason or nothing held against you if you guys, negotiate a tactical retreat at this point. Actually, I think that's what they would fight.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hello?
I can hear you.
Yeah, 202, if you can mute, please. 804, continue.
Yeah, so a tactical retreat is fine. As long as you get out safely. Do not let them bait you into a firefight. Right now, we have the moral high ground. Shot somebody in cold blood. But so I don't want you guys to diminish our cause. So if you can get out there safely. Is there? I don't know if this can be done, but if there's any third party that can come to your aid to negotiate your release from the refuge, I think that's your best course of action. But do not be baited into a firefight.
Well, my opinion on that is we already lost one good man, and America tucked tail and ran. So if America loses 4 more good people, I would have never. So I think I'm going to stay. I'm not going to tactical retreat. I'm going to stay.
No, I'm just saying that wouldn't be held against you if you did, because whether we've lost this particular battle, we're not going to lose the war. Too much support is building for you. What I'm stating to you is stay or go. You've served the greater good. Don't let them bait you into a firefight. Obviously, take up defensive positions, and if you're shot at, go at it. That's your choice. But what they're going to try to do is they're going to try to silence you without witnesses. So we need witnesses on the ground, and we need people fighting for you, so that this can come to a peaceful resolution for you guys. Unfortunately, I fear that that's not going to happen. I think that the cause, while support is building, it's going to take 6 to 8 months for people to really catalyze, come to your aid.
Right. It's going to take. It really took me 3 days to get here, and then I was in bad weather. I mean, it doesn't take months. It takes. If people had it in their hearts to do something, I mean, they'll just pack up and do it. But we want to see what the faith of the American people is. I mean, do the American people have enough faith to make a stand? And you know, I mean, if America took a stand a lot earlier, Lavoie Finicum would still be alive today. So if America wants to continue to wait to take a stand, a lot of good people are going to die in the process. So you guys can wait, but you're going to be losing a lot of good people.
Well, realize they have this lockdown. They're doing their damnedest to keep a lid on this. This is not being played in mass media. The alternative media is getting the word out, but it's getting out slowly. It takes numbers to win this war, and it will come. It's just I fear that the numbers that you need, hundreds out there on the ground who are willing to march through those gates to get you out safely, are going to come too late. I hope it comes. I'm praying for the miracle, and I wish people would get off their ass and help. But just take care, and I hope you get out safely.
I understand. Thanks for your concerns, brother. We'll try to hang in there. Hopefully reinforcements arrive.
Okay, thank you.
All right, we have area code 202. Go ahead, you're up.
Thank you. Aaron Wilson here from Alt Media Radio. Mr. Fry, thank you so very much for your work. I have just a few questions. Can you give a sense of what you thought Pete Santilli's overall effect was on the whole standoff?
I personally think Pete Santilli shone a lot of light on the subject. I personally had conversations with him where I said, you know, I didn't agree with some of his tactics, and I've heard a lot of rumors about him being a Fed. But I personally, I don't like going off of gossip, and so I never looked at him that kind of way. But me and him had some interesting conversations. I thought he shed a lot of light on the subject. Without him, I don't think a lot of people be as aware as they are now, since he has quite a large fan base. So I accept, and I'm glad that he helped the cause. You know, I thought he was a fine member.
Okay, and just quickly, I want to say something to Mr. Anderson there. I really love that video he did about telling the militia to come get some. I thought that was a classic statement.
Who said that?
Your compatriot there, Mr. Anderson, is it? With the sort of heavy-set fellow?
Sean Anderson. He said, come get some?
Yeah, I love that.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't there exactly when he was saying that. I think I was out doing something, but I heard it brought a lot of views. But you know, yeah, he said something. But we all had the mindset that the feds were really coming in that night, and they're coming in to kill us with their tanks and their machine guns. And so a lot of things were said or done out of strict fear.
Let me ask you, is there another YouTube channel or Facebook page or something where you talk about other topics, political topics like these Khazarian mafia, Khazarian, you know, you went into the whole thing, who's real, who's not, this sort of thing. Do you have any other work?
No, my only channel is my channel, Defend Your Base. I had a website, but it got taken down from ICANN because I registered it to the White House.
Is your YouTube channel then out of commission?
My website's out of commission. My YouTube channel is okay, and my Facebook channel, Defend Your Base, is I think okay too. But I can't update either of them right now. I don't have any internet.
Okay, so you are available over the phone at least going forward.
What's that?
You're available over the phone then.
Right now, this is the only communication I have, which is a very weird setup right now, and I think they're going to take this out after tonight.
Oh, let's hope not. Let's hope not. Let me ask you something. Are you guys able to sleep indoors, or do you have to sleep under those tents between the cars?
We're sleeping in the and in the cars.
I'm sorry. Could you say that again? There was a beep.
We're sleeping anywhere it's warm, buddy.
That's good. I was just concerned. Now, did you hear today that Lavoy Finicum's body was sent to his family, and there was 9 bullet holes in it? Did you hear about that?
I didn't hear about the 9 bullet holes, right? I hear they're going to have a funeral on Friday.
Yes, it was posted on the Bundy Ranch page or the Pete Santilli page, one of the two, that they've got his body, and there's 9 bullet holes in Lavoy Finicum's body, and the gun that they allege he was trying to pull out came up stolen. The lady ran the serial number through Pacific Patriots Network, she said, Lavoy Finicum's family, and the gun has come up stolen 2 years ago. So do you think Lavoy Finicum would have a stolen gun in his possession?
Where was it stolen from? Does it say what state?
No, we don't have all the details. It looks like said they dropped the gun on him, maybe.
Well, the cops have access to all those, criminal guns and stuff. I don't see Lavoy as a man who would carry around a gun because he had a lot of legal guns.
Right, exactly. There would be no need for that. Exactly. Do you believe these accounts from the witnesses? And have you had a chance to listen to any of the witnesses who were in the truck when the big shoot down happened there with Lavoy, the other witnesses who lived?
All right, can we stand by him? Hey, guys, can we stand?
I heard one of the witnesses was saying he was charging the police. I hear that witness is also an informant. So there are some witnesses that are actually just informants. And so they're going to make up lies and they're going to say shit that's not true.
Okay, last thing. Blaine Cooper said yesterday that he's in Nevada with 100 of the militias that were there previously before they bugged out. They may be planning a counterattack. They've huddled up in Oregon, in Nevada someplace, 100 and Blaine Cooper. Now, what's your sense of Blaine Cooper? Do you think he'll come in to save the day?
Hey, hold on, guys.
Blaine
Guys,
Cooper, there's a lot of speculation on him. There's a lot of rumors going on about Blaine Cooper. If he wants to redeem his character, then he should try to get that done. But I recommend don't try to use force at first or anything. Everything's in self-defense. So but the power in numbers.
All right, hey, guys, hey.